So I was just going to debunk your debunking video, okay? And you raised two principal issues, and I'll address each of them. First of all, there's the issue of the government doing price fixing with Medicare. Well, you seem to have this model in mind that price fixing by the government is something that's awful, that is inherently broken, and that once the price is fixed, it stays that way indefinitely. And there's no corrective factor. You know, why can't the government respond to supply and demand the way the market would, okay? How do you think insurance companies set their prices? There's market mechanisms in there. There's a large network of different providers, okay? And you set the price according to who's willing to provide the service at that price, okay? It's simple. It's supply and demand. If you have too many people supplying it, then you just lower it. You lower it until the supply meets the demand. It's not that hard. You can negotiate with different networks of doctors. You know, it's how the insurance companies do it, for God's sakes. The insurance companies are a third party as well. And they do price fixing. How do they do it, you know? Instead of looking at a system and noticing the things about it that are broken and insisting that we throw the whole thing away, why not look at the things that are broken and suggest ways of fixing those things, okay? Nothing is perfect in this world, okay? And there are things that are going to be broken, things that are not going to work well. How do you go about fixing them, okay? Instead of saying, oh, it's broken, we have to throw it away now, okay? Medicare, for the most part, works. And there's some problems with it. We should fix those problems and not throw the whole thing away, okay? The other thing I want to talk about was this idea that preventative care was a waste of money. Well, I have to disagree with that. If you give preventative care to people who are very low risk, yeah, then it's very wasteful. But, you know, people should be made aware of their hereditary history, whether or not certain diseases or certain conditions are inherent in their family. You know, there's all sorts of things that we could do to bring more information into that decision, whether or not to give someone a test for some sort of condition, okay? But the thing that's holding us back is that knowledge of such a condition would automatically exclude people from treatment, from healthcare, because there'd be a pre-existing condition. If we incorporate all this information into the current system, what it will do is it will take those high-risk patients and exclude them from getting insured, okay? So the way the private insurance system is now works against any sort of efficiency or information we could bring to bear on this problem to make the system more efficient, okay? So yeah, if you give all sorts of preventative care to everyone without regards to whether or not they're high risk or low risk, or whether they need it or not, yeah, it's going to be wasteful. You want to do it for the patients who are going to be high risk, okay, who've got a family history of it, who have shown symptoms of it. There's lots of information that's there that can be used to help that decision to make it more efficient. But the problematic part about it is what happens when that information gets into the hands of the insurance company and how they use it to deny people coverage. You know, that's the problem, okay? The private insurance industry is a structural, fundamental problem with our healthcare. And that's something that the right will never concede, okay? What's broken about it? Everything is broken about it. The way the whole system is set up, okay? Everything is broken about it. It's structurally broken. We need to find a better way of securing the health of our citizens, okay? That's all I'm going to say for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.